Hi, I have met most of you, but in case you don't know who I am, my name is Amanda Dewey, and this is a little bit about my story. I became a Beachbody coach in November of 2009. In November of 2008, I had filed for divorce from the man I was married to for 6 years. At that point in time, we had a 1 year old and a 3 year old son. We had two boys. And we were nearing foreclosure on our house. We were over, oh my gosh, we were probably close to $100,000 in debt and not making anywhere near enough to have that kind of debt. As a family of four, we were living off about $32,000 a year and had, like I said, about $100,000 in debt. So we hadn't been paying our mortgage, and I was just really unhappy. I had recently decided to start losing weight and working out at the gym and eating right. So that was about the only thing I had going for me at that moment. I had a college degree, but I had been working outside of the home for the last year. And prior to that, I hadn't found any job that I was in love with. Nothing that I would say is my calling, and nothing that made me comfortable leaving my kids every day to go and do. So fast forward to November 2009, I had just been at the federal court downtown in Fort Worth, Texas, closing on filing bankruptcy. I had just moved out of the house because it was foreclosed on, and I had gotten a job as a fitness instructor, but I was teaching about 15 classes a week, so I was killing my body doing those 15 classes a week, and I was making about $20 per class, so I guess you can do the math. So I was trying to take care of my two little boys off of teaching those 15 classes and a very, very, very minimal child support. But someone told me about the coaching opportunity, and it seemed really and truly like it was an easy way to answer all of my students' nutrition questions. They were constantly asking me what I eat, where I got all of my energy, and I never really had a quick and easy answer for them until Shakeology. So I joined as a coach. When I joined, it took me almost a month to rally up the $120. It was, a sign-up fee and the cost of Shakeology. So it was a long time for me to, and a lot of sacrifice to get the money together. Anybody who ever says I can't afford it, I never buy that story, because there was nobody more broke than me at that point. And until April of 2010, I really didn't do anything with the business. I think I may have become an emerald, but I really didn't even know what that meant. And because there was really no training, even though I was an emerald, my coach hadn't told me to join the Beachbody Club. So I was an emerald from April till July without being a club member, so I got none of the free leads that you get when you're emerald. So even though I was emerald, I wasn't getting anything for it. I guess I got cycle bonuses, but they were minimal because I really wasn't building a team. In April of 2010, I went to my first live event, and Carl Degler spoke. And it was a game plan training, so it was kind of going over the vital behaviors, which weren't called that then, but that was essentially what they were. And his kind of call to action. He explained the mission, he explained the company, he explained what went behind it. And this was this packed room with maybe 400 or 500 people who were all doing the same thing I was doing. And it was the first time where it really clicked. And at that moment, I looked at my husband, who I had brought with me, and said, "We've got to go to Summit." And so we did. We signed up for Summit right then and there, which was only a few months later. And it was in LA that summer, and that was the first summit that I attended, was in 2010 in LA. And that is definitely when it clicked for us, even more so than just being at our local live event, was being at Summit. Everything started to make sense. We wanted to move forward, and I just wanted to commit to being diamond in 90 days. And so I did that, and I went diamond in August of 2010. And that for me was when my business became real. I had these people under me that wanted me to lead them. They had this expectation that I was this big, I was a big deal, and I didn't think that I was, and I didn't really know what I was doing. And it kind of forced me to figure it out and to do some things that were trial by error. So I did, and by, I believe, December of 2010, I was a 1-star diamond. So in 1 year, I went from emerald to diamond to 1-star. So it can be done, and I really, when I say I was clueless, I was clueless. I was not working the business smartly, efficiently. There were no trainings, there were no challenge packs. It was crazy train. I did not know what anything was, okay? So that's that. You can't say that you don't know how to do it, because I really and truly didn't know what I was doing, and I somehow managed to do it. From 1-star, I believe I helped my husband get to diamond, and became 2-star in January of 2011. And that's when the fun begins, because you get to open a second business center. So I did that and made that diamond underneath me. So then I was 3-star diamond. And that's just all kind of when the fun begins. We went on our first Success Club trip in the Bahamas, which was amazing. And went to Summit in Las Vegas for, let's see, we've been... The year before I was pregnant with Ainsley. I had Ainsley with. So we've been to Vegas for 3 years. This will be our 4th year going to Summit in Vegas. We've done 3 Success Club trips. We went to the Bahamas, Atlantis in the Bahamas. We went to Disney World. And then most recently we went to Cancun. No, we didn't go to Cancun. Where did we go? Oh yeah, we went on the cruise. So we've had 3 family trips that have been... they're not entirely free. However, they are way by far the cheapest family vacations we've ever taken. And that includes family vacations to go home to see family. So if that gives you any insight into how close to free they are, they're really and truly some of, our greatest memories and our greatest experiences, and my kids' favorite memories too. Along the way, then I qualified at some point for 5-star, and I don't remember when that was. I think that was in 2013 maybe. 5-star, my second business center is 3-star. I have Bill's Business Center, which is 1-star, and my third business center is just a few coaches shy of diamond, so that's kind of where all those business centers are at. So not only have I hit diamond once, but I've done it 3, 4, almost 5 times. Almost 5 times over. And of course, there are 7 personally sponsored diamonds in my downline, and it has been the greatest experience watching my friends grow as leaders and as businesswomen, and just as successful moms and business owners. It's really been a super cool experience. Financially, obviously, like I said, when I started in November 2009, I was really and truly just scraping up, the cash to order Shakeology. 1 year later, and again, remember I went from barely, I was emerald for 6 months, then I was, diamond by August, so I really only spent even the last 5 months of the year even being diamond, and then 1-star diamond happened right at the end of the year. And in that first year, I think my 1099 was right around $15,000. And that for me was wow, I didn't really do much of anything as far as time commitment and leading a lot of things. And I made, half of what my family of 4 was living on before, and my ex-husband was working probably close to 60, if not 70 hours a week. And I made half that in working maybe an hour a day, if that. So that was when I was kind of motivated to see what I could do. So the next year I pushed and, hit 2-star and, invested a little bit more time, a little bit more money. And I believe that year my income a little bit more than doubled. And if I remember correctly, my second year, my W-2 was right around 50, or 1099, sorry, it was right around $50,000. So obviously that made it very real. I was like, wow, I went from 15,000 last year to 50,000 this year. So I was averaging about $1,000 a week. That was very real to me. That meant this is a full-time job. This is a real gig. I can support my family on that because we've certainly lived on less. That was amazing. Then my third year came and went, and I doubled my income. I broke the 6-figure earner mark. Yay! That was really huge for me. I never had really been someone who thought I would do that. I guess I never knew or felt called to work that hard for anything else, but this job made it worth it for me, and it motivated me, and being around people like my team really pushed me to do more. So I broke that 6-figure earner again, just kind of doubled the income. Then this past year I had Ainsley and I didn't quite double my income from last year to the from 2012 to 2013. So in 2013, Ainsley went from 6 months to a year and a half, and that was actually probably my hardest year in the business because having a really young baby proved to be a little bit testing. Also, of course, my father passed away from lung cancer, so there was a lot going on. However, I did break another record for myself, and I surpassed my husband's income, which was a huge deal for me. And I think I made about $175,000 last year. So I didn't quite double. I was $25,000 short of that, but I surpassed my husband's income and made, $175,000 working from home in a year when my dad passed away from cancer. I was very unplugged. I was kind of depressed. I had a really rough year, and yet my business still grew because I always, even though I was going through a lot emotionally and personally, I always made it a point to continue to work my business with just the 3 vital behaviors. I did it a little bit more slowly and a little bit more privately, but I did always still plug into my team, and I still did the 3 vital behaviors because those can be done literally in less than an hour a day. And most days I could find at least an hour, even with everything else going on. Oh, and selling my house and buying a house and building a house and blah. Okay, anyway. This year, I am on track to more than double what I made last year, which almost makes me sick to my stomach, to be quite honest. I haven't quite wrapped my head or my heart around that. And that's just me being honest and real with you. That just, it's a huge milestone for me to be at the point, first to match my husband's income, but then this year I'll be able to match what we made together. And that's a huge stepping stone for us because that means I get to bring him home more. We haven't decided yet if he's going to come home full time. We're going to address that when we get there, but he's definitely going to go part-time on January 1st of 2015. Shh, it's a secret. And he's a government employee, so you can't say that out loud. But he's going part-time on January 1st of 2015, and that's it's a really big deal. I'm kind of shaking, so sorry if the camera's moving, but that makes me shake a little bit. And why? All because I'm doing this from my home or my apartment office, because I'm in an apartment, and I went to their headquarters, their office, to sit because it was the only place that was quiet. And, it's just been the best feeling ever. And how I did it was literally sticking to the plan, just doing the 3 vital behaviors. But honestly, it's not even about that. It's about showing up, doing something every day to move myself forward in my business. That combined with attending events, it's not optional. You must go to Super Saturday 4 Saturdays in a year. 4. I know your families are important. I know we're all working moms and wives and busy, busy, busy. I get it. 4 Saturdays out of the year is not asking too much. You have to go and summit. It's just not optional. It's a great write-off for your business, and it's pivotal. It will change your business. It will change your life. Because my income is proof. I showed up for the events, and I stayed plugged in every single day and just did something to move myself forward. The only difference, I've been saying this for years, but it's true, the only difference between you and me is time. If you do the 3 vital behaviors and you show up to all of your events, you will be in my shoes. It's just a matter of time. So start to wrap your head around that, and I'm going to go get my workout in. I hope that you've enjoyed my story. I'd love to hear some feedback. It's always a little bit scary to share your story with anyone. So thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in, and follow me on Facebook at facebook.com/Amanda Dewey Fitness. I'd love to see you there. Bye, guys.